Oh, I just completely guessed the range. You know, we just be goated on the guesses, you know what I mean? Oh, it's an L3. I don't know where that Puma oh my. Oh! Is he ignorant? My shell evaporated. Hello there, I'm ChickenFarmr. Welcome to my channel. Today's video will be about the T25. This vehicle is a bit of an annoyance to me as it does have one of my favorite guns in the game, which is the same one that's on the Pershing, the T26E5, and many other vehicles, yet this vehicle just fails to meet my expectations. It's an okay tank overall, it's just generally a letdown because the armor of this thing really doesn't hold up against really anything that you see. Generally, this thing is not that quick or mobile. It does have a few gimmicks when it comes to mobility, but besides that, overall it's just not that great. And pair that with the fact that it has next to no armor for its battle rating that can barely hold up against lower tiered opponents, this thing can be quite aggravating to play. When it comes to armor on this thing, you only really need 120 millimeters of penetration to deal with this tank with ease. If for some reason your vehicle does not have 120 millimeters of penetration, there are many spots all over the front of this tank that get well below 100 millimeters. But overall, if you just want to point and click at this thing, I'd say around 120 to 140 millimeters of pen is plenty enough to just go clean through this thing. And even when you do get penetrated in this vehicle, its ammo racks are kind of in an annoying location as they are directly below the turret and take up a good chunk of the crew compartment. You do have a fifth crew member to fall back on, which is kind of nice, and that's something that I do enjoy about many of these American tanks. But because of how thin the armor is and the location of the ammo in this thing, it just makes this thing not really that survivable. Now, when it comes to mobility on the T25, it does technically have a decent top speed, forward and reverse. Because of the gearbox in this thing, it can actually go the same speed forward and reverse. It just has a lot of trouble getting to its top speed of around 50 kilometers an hour. Now, I do not have the better transmission or engine in this thing, but I can imagine even if I did have those upgrades, it still would be a little lackluster when it comes to acceleration and just overall speed. Along with the fact that it can go both forwards and backwards at the same speed, it can also neutral steer, which can be useful at times, but I really don't think these two gimmicks make up for the fact that it's just overall just a sluggish tank. Now, when we come to firepower on this thing, this is the reason why you play this tank. It's for the cannon itself. Like I said earlier in the video, this is the same cannon that's on the M26 Pershing, which, in my personal opinion, I would rather just straight up play the Pershing or one of the other tanks that has this gun. But overall, it is a very, very punchy gun. It has access to a great armor-piercing high explosive shell, and also access to APCR to deal with those German super heavies. Although, this gun does come at the cost of having a terrible stock grind, as its stock ammunition really isn't all that great because it does not have any filler. But yeah, I think that's a good summary of this vehicle. Time to get in the gameplay. But first, please take a second, like the video, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. I post War Thunder videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Alright, time for some gameplay. Alright, so that is a 268, and I am not going to be penning that. I'd have to hit a very, very hard to hit shot on him in order to penetrate his armor, which I don't believe is going to happen. Yeah, I didn't account for the angle at which I am shooting. Oop. Okay, I am not going to peek that again. I'm going to make use of my great reverse gear, even though it's terrible at accelerating in reverse. Oh, I just completely guessed the range. I didn't even look at like where the point was to measure the range, like in my head or anything. Like that was just pure point and click. That was awesome. Speaking of point and click, this gun is like the only reason that I don't mind this vehicle. If this thing had a different gun, if it had a worse gun by any means, it would not be a worthwhile tank to play. I don't even think it's really worth to play. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just do not have fun playing this vehicle. Even if I do play well, it's still just not all that fun. That was a very bad shot. Wow. That's the only time we will be eating shells is when they shoot the gun off. Oh no. Is he just blind? Is he ignorant? Look at the ignorant Russian main. Do I have to load a shell? I hate that I have to load a shell. I really shouldn't have to. Let's see. Let's see how exactly ignorant he is. Will he push up towards our base side of the point? That is the question. No, he doesn't seem to want to. Trying not to waste a shell. I just didn't. I hate it when I waste a shell. No, what's scaring me is that SU, yeah. There's something else pulling up too, I think. Yeah, a pecan. The fuck? I suck at the game. Okay, I thought that would hit his ammunition, but my shell evaporated. I don't know if y'all saw that as well, but my shell just completely evaporated. Neutral Seer is really good when you can't make up your mind on where you want to drive. Man, every time I line up a shot, my teammates kill him. Come on. There we go. If you ever see a pecan, just shoot it in the little ammo compartment on the back. It's one of the best pieces of advice I can give you. I mean, nobody really plays the pecan, because if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty hard to play. It's very glass cannony from what I've heard. That game just didn't. Was not fun, man. Like that. I don't think I've had a game where I'm genuinely like, you know what, that was a fun match after I play the T25. It's just not it. I'd say this is a decent map for this vehicle, as because you have no armor and no mobility, you might as well just play this thing as a sniper. I don't think there's really any other role that you can play with this thing. Yep. Your compartment separator really did you a lot there, huh, buddy? Yeah, this gun is literally the only good thing of this tank. Like, there is nothing else to really compliment it about. And I'm not going to be able to line up a good shot. I'm not going to take it. Okay. I should have been paying more attention to over there, but I was too busy worrying about my squad mate. That's why I, like, play solo a lot. Or I just prefer to play solo, because I just don't have to keep tabs on anybody. Like, yeah, you have to keep tabs on teammates a little bit, but there's no squad mates that you kind of are supposed to keep tabs on all the time. It's just, I want to focus on what I'm doing. I don't want to focus on my teammates. Oh, that's just out there. That is just a Hail Mary and a half. Jeez. That was actually close. I didn't even look at how far that was either. Let's try 20. 20 is it. Okay. Well, let's load a hypershot shell. Or an APCR, whatever they call it. Let's go. There's 20. Okay. Little high, little high. 20's a little high. Please don't shoot me. Oh, the Tiger is. Okay. 20 is a little high. Let's go right there. Probably a little low. Yeah. I need to go just barely. 20 is right there. Yeah. That was right where I wanted it, but I guess I lose too much penetration. That sucks. And he will not lose too much penetration. Is he? Is someone over there is just spamming HE. I think it's the SPG that's right next to him. All right, 50 cal. Are you gonna come in handy? Yes, but I suck. Oh, it's an L3. Little L3, my friend. No, teammate. Asshole. He killed my pet. I can't believe you, Steve Lee 51. That's the most Xbox gamer tag name I've ever seen. Oh, yeah, we both see. You know, we just be goated on the guesses, you know what I mean? You know, that is not a good thing because now he has a faster rate of fire than me. Oh! That is scary, honestly. I am shivering me timbers. Wait, can I? Come on. Can I get a weird angle? On, yes. Weird angle. There we go. Use your binoculars, folks. Use your binoculars. That guy had no idea I had an angle on him until I pulled the trigger. Like, definitely start using binoculars if you don't. It is to, like, line up your shots. It is so useful. You know, I kind of feel bad for that poor low-tier Italian player, but, like, he's kind of getting what he deserves. He is playing, like, meme low-tier tanks. I mean, the L3, I get the meme, like, haha funny, but, like, bringing two low-tier vehicles like that, I don't know, you're kind of getting what you deserve at this point. You're kind of trolling your team if you're bringing that many low vehicles and, like, actually actively playing them. He probably has, like, one higher-tier vehicle. And that's it. He might have bought the premium. Like, I don't know. Like, now we actually have all of the mobility upgrades. And even then, we're still taking forever and chilling around 30 kilometers an hour. And I know I'm moving a little bit side to side, but, like, it's slowing me down so much. Like, these are T26 E5 speeds. And that's one battle rating set higher. And it's a heavy tank, and it actually has decent armor. I don't like this tank, man. It has my gun, but I don't like it. I don't know where that Puma was. Oh my gosh, he was on the far right. I didn't even know you could flank around that hard, and I'm out of respawns. I might just call the video there, because I hate this vehicle so much. So yeah, that's the T25. Overall, I am just not really that big of a fan of this vehicle, and I have never been. If my opinion of this thing changes at all, I will let you guys know, but for the time being, and up until now, I am just not a fan of this vehicle. I know on paper it should be just as good as the M26, but honestly, I just prefer the M26 hands down over the T25. Like, pretty much they're the same tank, it's just you're trading armor for mobility, but even then the mobility really doesn't make up for the lack of armor. It is just not a fun tank to play, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad tank, because it's got a great gun. It really has a great gun, and I love the gun on this vehicle. It's just the platform that this gun is on is just not something I enjoy. At least in the M26, you can sometimes make the armor work. This thing's armor does not work. I wouldn't even try to make the armor work. If you're researching through this tech tree and you get to the T25 and you're disappointed, just know you're not alone. And also know that the M26 that's right after is kind of fun in comparison to this vehicle. It's a lot more well-rounded and is a true jack of all trades, whereas the T25 aspires to be a jack of all trades, but it falls short in many different places. And what's funny is, even though it's supposed to be trading armor for mobility, the mobility is just still lackluster. It really is. It does have gimmicks, but the gimmicks aren't that great. So overall, I don't like this thing. If you do, I am not saying that your opinion is wrong. I think everybody has the right to their own opinion, but mine is, I don't like this thing. I don't have fun. It's never been fun. It just has a good gun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was boring and whatnot, but I'm going to blame it on the vehicle. Straight up. I'm just going to blame it on the vehicle, and also I'm not really that entertaining in the first place, so whatever. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please, if you haven't already, like on your way out, and also if for some reason you actually enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Trying to get to that 1,000 subs, and also get a partnership with Gaijin. Hope y'all enjoyed, and yeah, have a chill day.